Good evening, patrons. It's Cinnamon Coney, your Art Sherpa, and this is part 2 of our pirate ship stream. On the mic, as per the usual, is John.
Hi, guys.
So, if you, hopefully you've all seen and you found in your dashboards the part 1 lesson. If you're looking for that, that's there. So that's where we try to keep those. You want to go in there and you'll see a bunch of different tabs, and that's where all your information is. So if you need to go back and find that, that's the easy way. You can always save this link, of course, and that will also get you there. For today, I think that I'm kind of vacillating. I don't know if you guys have ever had this experience where, like, you have a pretty big painting project. Like, what we have here is a pretty big painting project. And there's a fun part of the painting and then not as fun part of the painting.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's interesting for me because I'm always like juggling. Do I do the really fun part and enjoy that and then commit myself so far into the painting I have to face the part I don't like? Or do I do the part I may be intimidated by or challenged by or isn't maybe my favorite jam? Get that out of the way, and then I'm so committed from the work that I did that I have to get through the paint. So it's an interesting thing. I'm kind of in that conundrum because we got to get the ship in, and the ship's really architectural, and there's a lot of lines. It's not a car, but I'd like to say for me, it's car adjacent.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm thinking I definitely want to finish this one up. So I think we'll be, if it's okay with John, we'll be live tonight and tomorrow night.
Okay.
So we can just get this up. I just not good in evening streams, guys.
Well, that's we just gotta get our evening stream groove on. I'm still working it all about myself. Like the technical challenges of all of this is, it's big.
Yeah, like it's crazy. So, but we didn't want to spin up another channel for these videos. We just want to keep it all on the Art Sherpa. So
yeah, no, we're doing pretty good. Yeah,
all right.
We got a whole group of people here, so we're ready to rock and roll.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready to like do this pirate ship?
Yeah.
All right, I am too. Let's get in there.
All right.
So
what are we doing?
First, I think we're gonna get in here and sketch it. I'm not even gonna put any paint because I don't want it to really dry yet.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get in here and kind of look at this. You could re-grid this out if you wanted to, but I think I'm gonna put my major objects in, and then probably we'll see how it goes. I may or may not deal with the boat.
Yeah.
Because the ocean's super fun. The boat has lots of little
You do
lines.
have a collection of pictures up there.
I do. I like to have a lot of references.
You do. You got some references up there.
So I'm going to come here and I'm going to try to duplicate this little beach line, this little foam line that I have here. And, we've got our little beach texture happening here. Get my little wiggling in because it's a nice little wiggly foam. So that should go really well. And then by the time I'm all done shading it, it'll look like really, really amazing. That's pretty great. We've got this really interesting little sort of structure, this like a lip or a rock space where the foam is coming off of that. And then back from this is a rock. We got this little rock. And then behind the rock, we've got this great wave. I really am excited about the wave. Right? Waves are always super fun. Doesn't like doing waves. I don't know. Is it you? Don't say that. So I'm going to sketch this across here. You can see what I'm doing is I'm just blocking this in. Just kind of thinking about what do I have here. Now, of course, just like the sunset, I'm going to amp it up. We're not going to keep it small. The ship back here is going to be into this space. It's really close to the horizon line. Does that make sense? And we're up into the blue. I'm actually going to use, because we gridded this sky and we're so careful with this whole thing, I'm going to use that to help me anchor what I'm drawing here. So I can see that if you look on that, the ship is narrower at the back. That's that perspective that architectural things constantly make you deal with. Darn architectural things. With their structure and their lines and their craftsmanship messing up my arty flow. So just kind of getting that worked out in here. And then it's going to come across here. And what you can see is I'm just doing the very big overall shape. If that makes sense. So if I've got these squares, I try to find those geometries in my objects so that when I have to do you know, interesting, weird stuff like this thing, it's a little more possible. And then I can see how that bows out there. So that's pretty good. And then I'll have the mass, which I will probably put in with my T-squares. Something like this. So kind of off, not quite perfectly center, is the first of the mass. And they come up pretty far into the sky. So we'll see if we can get that well done. And then the next one isn't quite at that corner. It's a little bit before the corner. My chalk is chunky, guys. But it'll also do that foreshortening as the mass come down. Believe it or not, you can be more messy with these than you might think. Like when you get the whole overall structure in, this isn't the first boat I've had to do. That's why I know to be afraid. Be afraid. Be very afraid. But once you get all of those basic structures in, it will really quickly start to become a boat. And it'll be about catching certain elements and highlights and kind of bringing in this overall structure. So I guess what I've decided to do is space the boat.
Yeah.
Let's do our burnt umber. Right? That's a good wood beginning, right? And a little black. And we're going to start trying to get Mr. Boaty Boat Pants in. So that I can get all the fun stuff in. Because seafoam is so fun. And remember, you guys can ask tons more questions here. Like this is, hey, John. This is more chatty. What? It's, ask questions.
Yeah, so
I'm going to let you guys kind of catch up in places. You know?
I was
so
going to let, it was just kind of letting you.
It's a little more groovy pace.
I didn't want to interrupt it. Yeah, if you guys are just tuning in and you're looking for any of the links, if you're on mobile, and it looks like most people are on mobile, it's a little harder to find some of the stuff on mobile. So you may have to kind of swipe up a little bit.
Swipe up.
Type a button that says like more or something. I don't know. I'm not really much of a mobile
person. You don't know your mobile jams?
I don't watch a lot of mobile videos. He
doesn't know his mobile jams. You can't be trusted. He's not good at mobile.
I'm a big screen person. I gotta project it on the wall and look at it with a remote in my hand. What am I kidding? I never get a remote in my hand. Cinnamon always got the remote.
So do you guys kind of see what I'm saying about when you're trying to freehand sketch something in, if you're not using your grid, just get the geometry in.
Yeah.
Right? Try to break it down to its basic geometry. And then, like, my mom does a lot of street scenes, and I used to have to do all of her, like, kind of pre-sketches and stuff like that. And definitely the strategy that I got out of that was get it down to the rectangles and triangles and squares. And then if you get it, foreshorten one, foreshorten that, but it all comes together as long as you build it that way. So let's see if my theory's right, John.
Okay. So I like theories. I used to wish I could live in theory.
Did you?
Yeah, theory is a magical place where everything works.
So I'm taking this 1/2-inch ruby angle, and I'm definitely putting my glasses on because we all know I'm going to need to be able to see this. And okay, that was laughable.
Things got more obstructed as you put them on.
Like I couldn't see anything. They are covered with everything. Oh my goodness, it's a hot mess.
They were.
No, they're pretty bad. But okay, I'm going to get through. So I really kind of did the overall top angle, and we're going to have this upper deck. And what I like about my angle is it gives me kind of a very nice sharp little bit of stuff, and I can get this little hair bit on the brush lets me get real particular if I need to. So let's get this deck out of the way. This is going to be that top of the deck. And then, woo, ship. Who's also having a moment? Ooh, ship, hands up. All right. Wonderfully, a lot of this is behind a wave, so that's helpful. I'm going to definitely bow that out because these little ships, they have a kind of bow to them. I guess because, ship makers. Right?
Yeah.
Ship makers be making ships.
That's true, man. Shipwright's got a job.
I'm going to trim this back. I feel like I got a little thick there. And we need to let some of the light peek through some of these structures. So you can see I got my little top line. This is the top railing. This is where my little poles are going to come down. And I'm going to kind of, probably with a detail brush, get in all these little curvilinear lines. But I just want to catch this overall big shape. All right, now we're going to come where this starts to curve and to the back here, that's how that line works. So I'm going to definitely come here and pull that in. Ah, yay! I get to paint something solid. That makes my day. Ship. Ship happens.
It does. You know.
Please don't tell anyone I said that. Please don't. I can't help myself. It's not my fault. All right. Getting that there. And trying to get that curve there. I think I'm starting to get it in, guys. Are you getting it in? We'll just get this in and then let everybody sort of catch up. It's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is for me. Structures are really like these kinds of like man-made structures. Like I can completely get Bob's point about like I ain't painting none of that.
I know that this is a man-made boat, but it looks like it's a Jawa-made boat.
Okay.
Like
is that your way of saying I'm messing up the boat?
No, I mean like the picture of the boat. Like when I saw it at first, I thought like, this like if Jawas came from, Star Wars and made a boat, that would be the boat they would make.
This is going kind of okay.
It just looks like, I don't know why I thought that, but I did. It reminds me.
You don't know why you thought that, but you did?
They're sand creatures and this is a boat, but it looks like they're...
Let's switch over into my like little bit of little detail brush. I'm not going to get into any of the light colors though yet, John. Jawa boat or not.
I don't know.
You do know. You mock.
I wonder what kind of boat this is.
I don't know, man.
A fishing boat?
I'm always afraid. I'll tell you, I'm kind of glad that these are not just open in public on YouTube.
This is
because the most opinionated people are train people and boat people.
Oh, gosh.
A bunch of us YouTubers have a theory. Like, if you want to just attract a bunch of angry opinions, paint trains. That's why I don't do it.
Well, I have to say,
I have a spooky train. I'm gonna maybe do a fall train, but I'm wary. It might be just the patrons that get the fall train because, like, woo, it attracts it.
Crow versus Raven people have it in there too.
Yeah, maybe. And I've learned horse too.
Pigeon versus dove is contentious, but less. You get up there on the East Coast and like they don't have any joke about pigeons, but I don't know.
You don't know? I don't know either. So basically, when you're doing this type of foreshortening, you're going to want the spaces between your lattice to be wider, closer to you. And then as they get further back, they'll get closer together. And so if you're just kind of loosely painting it as I am, because why wouldn't I? But actually, I find like it can be nice to sort of loosely paint certain things. Now, this is an interesting little structure because we've got this back here. And yes, some sky does peek through, but this comes across and will eventually be pretty hidden by this forward little deck there. So, but I'll have to do that in paint because it's a lighter wood color sort of under there. Whole thing. It's a whole thing, John.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have enough sympathy for me. I can already tell. John never has sympathy for me when I'm doing things that are like outside my comfort, my normal, like this is just my chill range. No sympathy.
Oh man, actually, I have total sympathy for this, but in a long, different way. Because, and actually I'm going to be writing an article for the labs group on it, how I'm totally pro-failure. Like I tell everyone who works with me or for me, if you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. Yet when I do it, I hate it.
It's true, you do.
It cuts me to the quick and you know it.
But I think I was more like making a noise at my boat.
Oh, your boat? Elephant boat?
Hey, stop it.
It's got
My
a.
mic is coming off.
Oh,
So not together for these. How are you guys doing? Let's put out some yellow ochre, shall we?
Okay.
I'm like so assuming anybody would paint this with me. Like
No,
right now, like they would be
me?
here going, yes, this is a good idea.
I'm totally thrilled. We've
I'm gonna
got.
take my burnt umber and my ochre, and I'm gonna come in and paint underneath here this slightly different color.
You know who pilots this boat?
Somebody braver than me.
The elephant captain from Jupiter Rising.
Okay. I think that we should not have watched that last night. That just totally cracked me up.
This is Elephant Captain's boat.
I think I just did this wrong.
Why'd you do it wrong? I think it looks okay.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be fine. I can fix it, but I just did it wrong.
What'd you do?
Yeah. I, yeah. My ship's about to get taller.
Okay.
It's just going to
Oh,
happen.
you painted in the deck above the deck?
Look.
It's a tall
all
boat.
I'm saying is the fix is that the ship is going to get taller.
It's a steamboat.
No, it'll be fine. I'm just going to make it taller.
It's a tall boat. Only shipwrights will be upset.
Go like this, and I'll put those little pillars back after I get this in, and then it'll be fine. Trust me, I can do this. Nobody report this back to anywhere else. Actually, that'll work out.
That's looking good.
Yeah. So, I mean, like sometimes you'll be like in a piece, and it'll be like, where did that go?
You know, if you get too, if you could always add Kevin to this scene, and things get okay.
Well, we're already in it for like 3 days, so I'm not sure I want to get Kevin involved because I'm sure they want to go on to a different painting.
It's true.
So what I'm doing is I'm moving certain objects so that the ship will seem sound, is I guess the plan here. So I'll have to have this here and then maybe peek a little bit of that sky out. See how I kind of removed it?
Yeah.
Everybody can get lost in painting. And this is why I love acrylic. Right there.
Wow. You're just erasing that.
That's right. I can. I try not to do these things on my show because I know it freaks out everybody. This is your
magic eraser.
Completely like me doing my thing here. All right. That actually is working. So I'm going to go with it. I'm okay with it. I wonder if this is why, like, okay, I'm going to come here. Well, there goes the idea of painting Mom a cruise ship for her wedding present. I don't know what I was going to do, but it's not what I'm going to do now. Okay. Burnt. Okay. Nope. That's going to be more in the corner. There we go. Oh, look at me. I'm still here. It's okay. It's coming out.
You are. I see you.
Oh. By the time it's all done, it'll be really pretty. And honestly, we're going to put so much work in the ocean. It's going to be so perfect and beautiful that we won't care about the ship. It's
a wave hood ornament. And I mean, that ship does look like it's about to crash into the beach.
Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep working on it, and then when it's all done, I'm going to send it to my mom and be like, look at the Patron video. Only after I fix it, though, so I'm not mentioning I messed it up. So I'm going to come up here and also kind of run that railing. And, again, just putting those little elements like closer together. And then we've got these. I am not painting the spindling though, because here's what. I have this big blown up ship so I can see these elements, but really I'm only having to paint it this big. And the important thing is to remember that I don't have to like get every single line, because sometimes when you have a blown up reference like this one, it can actually make it harder for you to deal with the reference that you actually have.
So we're discussing, is this a cruise ship sailboat? Are those portholes?
I don't know, man.
Railing?
Like, clearly it's not photoshopped in.
No. It's just a crazy looking ship.
This thing is not my fault because they voted for it.
Oh, I think everyone loves it. Okay.
It was voted for.
I don't know what kind of ship it is, and
I don't either.
It's interesting.
It is interesting. So I'm going to kind of improve that curve there. And again, I get to put a bunch of splashy waves in front of it, so I just have to get some basic elements of it great, and maybe some wonderful little runners and some lines. And then when we go amazing and we get that corridor of light, this is what I'm looking forward to, is this corridor of light. So like the part where I'm like, there's a part I really want to do, it's the corridor of light. Okay, so I'm going to try to put this thing in. Wish me luck. I'm looking at some of the elements of, I might have to go out further, what I've got there. But I suspect it's just about a general, and it's going to be quite tall. I think I might need to bring it in. Wish me luck. If it goes well for me, you do it too. Premise of my show. If it goes well for me, you do it too. Be sure, if you guys have any questions, that's like the whole point is like we're just kind of puttering along.
I was just checking on something. So I think that I sent out the text to a bunch of people.
What do you mean?
So
Sean, what do you mean?
So
that's a lot of so's, John. What do you mean?
Nothing. Just that I'm just trying to figure out exactly. The patron system that we've got going on right now is plugged into our text messaging. So everyone who we have a lot of. I sent out a bunch of text messages.
What?
Everybody got text message that I have on my list. So, yeah.
Well, first of all, welcome. There's always room for extras. I guess everyone scoot over. I'm going to have a sip of drink now.
Yeah, no, it's, just that I'm not knowing how to work my text message campaigns. I'm reading right now exactly what I did. So if you got this text message, you're part of our normal text messaging group. And
sorry.
And that's
the patrons got it though, right?
Oh yeah, everybody got it.
Okay.
And so everybody got it. Thank you. Welcome to everyone.
Hi.
That was probably the largest text messaging campaign.
Please don't unsub.
So yeah, it's a bonus video. So this, for you guys who don't normally, this is a patron video. Hello. So sorry about that.
Well, if I know we were going to have company, I'd look slicker.
But it is.
All right. Well.
No,
tech happens.
No, I don't think it's terribly bad, except that it cost a lot of text message over our send out because we sent it with the picture. So it's okay. It was kind of cool actually. That's why I was so.
You sent it to everyone on the patron list with a picture?
Yeah. Well, no, everyone on the entire list. So that's cool. Yeah.
Oh, well, we had wondered what would happen if you ever did that. Now we're going to find out.
There you go. It works. It works. It works.
How y'all like my boat? I didn't know I was going to have company. I'd have been like doing my Slick Sherpa thing, but this is what we do. We're going to paint this boat.
I don't know that's entirely different, really.
Is it? No? Yeah, I think it's.
Is this different?
I think I'm a little more like, like on regular YouTube, I'm like all about the biz, I think, is what it is. I'm very biz because it's got that time thing, and
I suppose
I got to deal with the time thing.
Maybe I don't know. These evening messages are definitely different.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's up? That doesn't matter. We'll solve it afterwards. Right now, I'm going to put in a mask. Wish me luck on that.
I'm not. I mean messages. That was a Freudian slip because I'm concerned about the messages. These evening shows are a little different.
It didn't hurt us. Let everyone know we're not hurt.
Oh, no,
we're
it's
just
fine.
Technologically challenged.
I'm just, again, as we refer back to earlier in the conversation where I think it's great for everyone to fail except me. So I'm over here going...
Oh, that is so funny in relationship to what you said. Oh, the irony must be burning you alive right now.
I can just look at a different...
This is like in front of my face. Is that not the fires of irony right there? Like he's just
look,
like, everyone
what she's doing over here at this other screen.
And then he's like...
See, look, you can look at the palette. You can't see cinnamon at all.
How you doing today, babe? You wanted a boat painting. Maybe this won't be your boat painting. Okay, so I just got to remember. Now, when I know I've got to make the mast a particular amount shorter, sometimes I kind of give myself a little break point because I can get so wrapped up in my brush stroke that I forget where I'm going. Now, isn't this crazy? But like, as awkward as the boat was a half second ago, it's getting better. You know?
It's still elephant boat.
It is not still elephant boat. I don't know why you're saying that. It's a good boat.
If you go watch Jupiter Rising and see the captain of that ship,
I know. I love that captain.
Awesome, and this is his boat.
All right. If it can be his boat. I really liked him.
Okay. I don't know. I just thought he was the coolest looking pilot I've seen in a long time.
He's a pretty cool pilot. Make sure the paint's off of here.
I think
now this is almost to the back there, and is this weird little short doohickey. I'll just get him there.
I think elements.
This is going in, babe.
It really is. No.
Yeah.
Oh. I think elements of that movie satisfied my Fifth Element needs.
Yeah.
Just in the they were a little. Well, they were a lot more serious. But
well, I mean, it was the fight for the universe, but nobody was harvesting whole plants and humans, so it's a completely different level of. Trying to get that second pull in there. What's nice when you're just trying to get that basic shape in at first and you're not putting the color of the values, you can really work out a lot of your stuff. Which I am doing now. So you want to know what I feel challenged by now?
No. What do you feel challenged by?
The cross beams won't go across. They're at an angle. And here's an interesting thing. You can kind of see here that they're all in that same angle. So once I start it, I'm committed. They don't like tip or anything.
Oh, yeah. They've got a nice... You're going to have to... They can stay parallel to themselves, but they are not perpendicular to the mast.
Right.
Oh, that's a maths words that I got from college.
Did you? I don't know. You never showed up to class. I'm not feeling particularly any kind of way about that.
It was a theoretical physicist.
Oh, you know what else, too? I think this needed to bend down more.
I only theoretically had to be good at math.
Just theoretically?
None of them were real numbers anyway. Boy, that's a deep dork forest joke.
You are in the deep dark forest. What are we going to do about that?
I don't know.
I think to get that back, I'll put out a little bit of my Quinacridone Red. And I'll just pull that little bit of sky kind of back into our space.
How about how often do we do these lives?
Well,
what are we doing now?
We're supposed to...
What are we doing them on? What's our target occurrence here?
What's our target occurrence? I'd like to do them like a grip of times. We're trying this new thing where we under promise and over deliver.
Yeah. So what I would say
so I
is
had guaranteed one, and now there's a lot more. And John's got this really cool watercolor rock about to go up.
We're putting more stuff up for the patrons as we can. Mm-hmm. So
without taking anything away from the trick is to put a lot more up for the patrons without taking anything away from YouTube while still maintaining a sense of not going crazy and keeping up on the book so we can get that out.
So
that is this whole thing that we're kind of like juggle. And then every once in a while, I go crazy in the middle of the day and say, John, Instagram, we're not working hard enough on it. We need to make a viral video. Look at these easy viral videos. We can do that. I can mix paint. Let's do that.
Okay, that's what I was actually going to talk about right there. So really what you guys are seeing here is Cinnamon and I have way more content that we could put up on YouTube that YouTube will allow. Like, we got in trouble because we dropped 30 videos in one day and YouTube said, what? And it got super
on our other
mad.
Channel.
Oh, it was so mad at us.
It was so, oh no, that was on the Sherpa channel. I will never do that again.
Yeah, no. Like, we
were so excited. We're like, this will be the greatest thing that anyone has ever done. And then it was not.
It was not. So YouTube doesn't like us to not do our typical YouTube behavior. So we have to be very typically YouTube-y. So if Cinnamon gets a Instagram challenge going, or she decides she wants to just go make something new.
Like 50 watercolor videos on a new platform.
Oh my gosh.
That was so funny. We will now make all these videos on this new platform, John. Yeah. It will be great.
Okay. The only problem is that we can't release that stuff on YouTube to the general population as fast as we make it. No. So now instead of
we have an outlet.
Yeah. Now instead of mothballing content, we're just dropping it for you guys. And we're not going to slow down per se for the platform. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Does to me. I don't know if it does to them. That's our plan, though.
That's our plan.
That's our plan, though. And again, we have to do all of this while still getting the kids enrolled in school. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And also while getting that book done.
Oh, yeah. We're launching this small business called Lad.
Mm-hmm.
That's been...
So trying to keep that all balanced. Can you guys see how I made adjustments there? I like on this stuff where you can kind of see how I work through that process, and if I got to move something, how I move it. Because I will. I'll move a thing. There you go. I think that works a little bit better just today. I'm going to walk across the room and give this a look, guys.
Oh, yeah? Disappearing Sherpa.
Oh, wow. I really like it.
I do, too.
If this goes well, I might do a boat in a stormy sea.
Ooh. Return of Elephant Captain.
Yeah? All right. I'm going to very thickly maybe here come along and kind of enforce this beam that's going to be here and this one that's going to be here. Simply because I'm going to have to highlight it. And if I do this now, the highlight will really, really show. Because this will all come out with the highlight. But sometimes to make a highlight show, you got to have these little shadow bits. Don't ya?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that part right there. And again, it's, I won't be like necessarily like painting every single rope. I think in painting, unless you're trying to do like extreme realism, it's good to leave a few things out. Unless you're Billy the artist and then put all the things in. I'm going to gray my yellow ochre because it'll seem too close if I just do it pure yellow. I'm excited to see some of these boats, guys. This is quite, I don't think we've done a painting that we've really challenged ourselves so completely since the still life. You know, we really took on a big project. That's going to look good.
You walk away.
Am I assuring myself? Possibly, yes. Okay. Wish me luck here. Is everyone wishing me luck? I don't know. I don't feel it. Wish me luck.
I'm holding my breath and watching.
Oh no. So what's happening?
Bleep!
My paint was too wet.
Oh, but you know what? That just made it look like it was a rolled up mast.
It did, I know, but I gotta clean it up.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You just like that.
Yeah. I'm not playing today.
You just wiped it off.
Canvas.
All right, then. She's just not playing today. Okay, then.
Let's try again. Shall we?
Okay.
Try again? I think we shall. I hope my boat looks like a boat by the time I'm done. I hope your boat looks like a boat. All of our boats look like boats.
My boat does not look like a boat.
Your boat would look like a boat, though.
I do not think
so. Shorter, I think.
I tried to make a bonsai once.
Yeah?
It looks like a bowl of French fries.
Oh, yeah, from the paint party. Your mom hung it up.
That's because moms hang up everything you
but
make.
I mean, she loves it.
Oh, I know. But it does. It looks like a bowl of French fries.
My mom taught that class, didn't she?
Well, I wasn't,
I don't think you were paying attention, to be really honest. If I can. I don't think you were listening to mom. Now, this one's a little more at an angle, so I'm going to go ahead and... Nope, that's too much of an angle. And wiggly, I'm going to have to ruler it. Do you love how much I erase in my own weird little space? I'd like to point out my birds are awesome.
Your birds are awesome.
I'm going to have to dry it.
Okay.
I'm going to have to do the dry paint thing, which is not my favorite thing to do, but when you're trying to... Oh, wow, that looks really pretty in the...
It does.
I'm going to sip some kombucha.
It does.
Do we have any questions? You're so quiet tonight.
Everyone's really enjoying this. They're just saying, Frisky was just saying that she's mesmerized. A lot of folks were saying that they were woken up just to be here. So it's it's really cool. I've actually just been enjoying reading the chat and kind of going back and forth in this evening. So, and it's I have to say the evening ones are a different vibe than the morning ones.
Oh yeah.
And also I was not expecting, on our more public facing shows.
There may not be follow-up text notifications.
Well, right, because I was just feeling like on our normal public shows, I feel like I'm a little more tight on our, like,
yeah, we gotta go.
Right. And
algorithm will eat my face.
I try not to talk as much unless I get just chatty and forget that I'm live.
Well, also, when he talks a little bit more, you guys would never do this, but when he talks a little bit more, we get like really intense comments, negative comments about either I am interfering with his right to speak as a man.
Oh, yeah.
With my womanness.
Oh, yeah.
There's that comment. And then some version of that comment. Or that he... And it'll be like that man. They're never like your husband. They're like that man. I'm like, I married him. I know who he is. Like, he didn't sneak on the show. There's a bunch of equipment over here.
If anyone's handcuffed to a desk.
He needs to shut up. Just like, you need to tell him that. And I just want to go into her house and be like, do you tell your husband to shut up?
Well, I mean.
Sometimes I'll let John answer those.
I don't know. I don't think it's cool to tell your partner to shut up in any circle. Well, I mean.
Well, marriage is long. We've been together 21 years.
Like,
so I'm not going to put that judgment out there. I'm not going to put that judgment into your life.
No.
Whatever you got to do to get through your week, absolutely. Like, we get it.
I don't think it's cool to tell my 14-year-old daughter to shut up, but I do it all the time. All the time. That girl needs to stop talking back so much. Oh, my gosh.
We're good. Okay, we just have a teen daughter. We're all right. I'm going to drive this now.
So, that's sort of the difference, I think, between why... Yeah, this is patrons. That's why I guess I don't feel compelled when we're on a patron break to tell everyone about...
Oh, that the paint might darken?
The paint might lighten or darken as you use a hairdryer, although it is now almost like Pavlovian. I hear a hairdryer, and I talk about color shift.
Color shift. It's a thing. It's happening. Did you know?
It's something that plagues us.
You know what I realized? What it is. What I think is different for me in these shows than the other shows is that we used to do like late night lives, and they were pretty party oriented.
Yeah, they were.
But we got a lot of weird feedback.
I don't know what happened.
And so we kind of stopped doing those.
You know.
Uh-oh.
I feel like somewhere
over
specifically at Golden, there's an engineer who's going, I wish you would stop talking about color shift. It's not that big of a deal. You know? You're making it so it's not that big of a deal. But that's because I think that Golden has some of the smartest engineers when it comes to paint that I've ever met. But
they do.
In fairness, I've only really got to tour that one paint factory. And
you got to point that out. In fairness,
but I mean, they were really smart people.
They are.
I'm sure there are smart people elsewhere, but they were really smart.
So we do. I'm gonna teach just a half second, and then I'm gonna get back to goofing. What I'm really trying to do here is just make sure that these mask bits are on the same slant, because perspective, which is why I don't love cars. I'll do like Italian perspective, like the Canal du Midi. No, that's French. But I'll do like any canal or like little buildings along a waterway. That's pretty easy perspective. But this stuff is just like, man.
Yeah, this is architecture on top of water, which is not architecture.
Mm-hmm.
That's
also, I think I'm going to end up with my stuff in different places than I meant to have it.
That's okay.
That's just how that worked out, yo.
So if I would say from a boat perspective, as long as all of those masts are parallel to each other,
it's going to be what it's going to be.
Yeah,
what I'm going to tell
they just have to be parallel relative to each other, and our brain will work the rest of it out. If any one of them is,
because it's about to get crazy up in here.
Yeah, if any one of them gets crooked, then that will throw it off.
Well, maybe the boat's broken.
That could be broken. See, you just solved it.
I'll tell you what. It always trips me out that Daniel Smith does some version of this with like a little palette knife. He's like, boat. And here I am so carefully and meticulous with my ruler just going, it's a mast. Sorry. But, if you guys vote for it, it's happening.
Yeah.
Huh? Mm. Now my brain's just going crazy with the cross beams. The cross beams are wearing me out, John.
The cross beams, yeah, no.
I'm going to just do it, man. It's happening now. I'm just over it.
Make sure they're parallel to each other.
They are parallel to each other. As much as I can make anything parallel to anything else.
Perfect. That's great. Here I am backseat painting with you. I'm just worried about you being worried about your...
I'm going to shorten that mask there. It's irking me.
I'm just trying to be supportive of
You're very supportive, and I love you.
I'm not trying to backseat mast.
You're not trying to backseat mast me?
No.
So I'm doing my Quinacridone Red and my Cad Yellow. I'm going to just put this in here, and I'm going to paint this little mast out, which is going to take me a minute, and I want to keep this still looking like my clouds, so I got to be a little bit careful.
We can hear
food. So a lot of times when I'm doing something, I have to if it's not a painting where I know I'm painting to my stuff, or like in Acrylic April where I'm like, it works out how it works out. That's what it is. It works out.
That was a live painting challenge you just created for yourself,
out of the blue by accident.
By accident, you created a 30-day live painting challenge on top of
my regular job.
On top of creating a new event. On top of. So that was
a lot.
That was a little bit. That's. That's looking pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's. You got
Except for
it.
this one, which
Okay.
for whatever reason is at a different angle, and you have to concede that.
Yeah. No. That's. You got your. And that's okay, I guess. I mean, our brain will make it okay. And it does. It goes. That looks good.
All right. I've quit painting now. YouTube is over. I'm done.
Did you actually fall down? Did you?
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
You got to move that cable. That's unsafe.
I didn't run away from that. Look, it's.
No, I just had a moment. I'm fine.
How is it that?
It's this thing. It's that cable got me.
Oh,
My foot got caught in it, and then
it's gonna jump.
Whatever. I sip some things. How you guys doing? Are you tripping at home? I'm tripping. Like, and I don't mean like it is tripping. I mean like literally tripping in my own studio.
Yeah. Kombucha.
I've been painting all day.
You have that. Your hair dryer is about to jump. Oh no! There it goes.
It's fine, as long as it doesn't take me on. I'm just taking in the ship. Where are you guys at? Are you loving it?
Good.
Ship's
Now,
a challenge. I would go with the traceable on that one. Ship's a challenge.
We're at 46 minutes. So.
Ah.
Yeah.
So, like, once this is out of the way, then we can meet up tomorrow and do all the fun part, which is the ocean.
Yeah.
Which is the whole part I wanted to show for, anyways, with water and color and light, and splashes and splatters and all the stuff that I like, all organic, great. And a lot of the ship will get cooler because it has a wave right in front of it. So anything I mess up there at the base, I don't got to worry about. Because wave.
How's wave?
Because wave. Now I feel like I need to do, you know what? This has been challenging enough for me that I feel like I need to do some more. Just
more boats?
More boats!
Oh.
We need to get more boats. We need to get a bigger boat.
I'm gonna need a bigger boat. You know which Shark Week? We missed Shark Week this year.
No, I didn't.
We didn't?
Well, I mean, I didn't do a whole nother Shark Week, but we made a whole week of sharks. How many shark paintings can we do? There's 7 of them. Do you need more shark paintings?
I think we need a shark ship.
Any questions?
When are you going to do a shark ship?
We go a little bit slower here, so everyone, if they're painting along, you can kind of...
I have a question. When are we going to do a shark ship?
I don't know when we're going to do a shark ship. I don't have an answer for that. I painted this today.
I
thought that was cool.
You also did the fox today.
Fox was yesterday.
Yes, you did.
The stairs and flowers and the fox was yesterday. I don't know where the fox is, but yesterday was this one, and then I painted a fox and a fall tree. So, I like the face, though. I kind of like the face. There are things about it I like. I like some things about it, and there's some things that I want to.
So, I would say more than questions, there's comments tonight.
Oh, what are the comments?
The comments are that they really love tonight's broadcast because it's more laid back sort of, and that's probably because we're not so forward facing. So it's just for you guys. So
well, like we're not out to the whole entire internet, which is nice.
Yeah.
And the last time I told a joke, it caused a whole big giant thing. So like I think I got like less funny. Well, I think maybe actually am.
Well, I think also we can be
goofy.
we can be more a little let down here because it's just like we know you guys aren't here just looking to be a beginning painting instructor to get that first rung of instruction to get on your way of painting, and we want to make sure that we get you guys on your right way. But sometimes we want to cut up a little bit. Maybe drink a Jolt Cola right before live.
I didn't drink a Jolt Cola, don't worry. I gotta go to sleep tonight. I didn't drink a Jolt. Where are you going? I hear you. What are you doing? What? Where did you get that? Check that out. Have you been hoarding that? I don't want it. We used to play D&D and we used to drink these to like be able to game for like 2, 3, 4 days in a row.
Challenge me. I also have a small hoard of Pop Rocks. But
you have Pop Rocks?
I'm looking for them. I think I told Spider where they're at, so I have a horrible suspicion that they're now
And he got
gone.
the Pop Rocks?
Yeah. Because
lipstick.
Jolt and Pop Rocks.
So yeah, you can see we're like clearly in an urgent thing.
She uses the camera to put her makeup on. And you didn't even realize you were doing it until I said something.
Hey.
Okay.
Baby shark.
We're gonna do something now. What are we doing?
I don't know. I'm going to keep painting this boat because I'd like to get this done today so I can ocean tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
I think I want to put out another color. Put out some phthalo blue. I'm going to put some phthalo blue into my black just because I want my sails to have this sort of cool feel to them. And I often will use phthalo blue in my black. And so now I need to make these little
sail parts.
Sail parts.
Rolled up sail parts.
Rolled up sail parts. I might get some zinc in there too, so there's a little bit of a transparency. But in this line of paint, it's called tint white. Because paint companies have to change the name of everything across their lines so that we have no idea what they mean until we learn all the pigment codes. I'm not bitter about that. Doesn't irk me at all, can you tell?
No. The response to your singing in chat's very funny.
Are they also doing Baby Shark?
Yeah.
You know what, dudes? Put this. You know what? I'm leaving it there. It doesn't have one, but it gets one now.
That's cool.
This paint, I really like the abstract acrylic, like a lot, but it's much more water sensitive.
I don't know what that means.
So golden, you have to really modify it with a lot of water. It takes a lot of water to modify golden, right? It's very heavy. It's got a lot of pigment. And you really, really have to hit it heavy with water to get it to smooth out and paint smoothly. The abstract acrylic is much less. It takes much less water to change the flow. I'm liking that. I am. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Actually, this has been my favorite part of this boat. Okay, so what I need to paint is sail. That's what I like, apparently. I like it. I hear you tippy typing. Why don't you tippy typing, Mr.
Well,
Cooney?
I was just, I have a saying, that I used to say that I try to eat stuff that comes from the ocean, so I expected everything in the ocean to try to eat me.
It will try to eat you.
And it does. And that's why I don't go into the ocean, because I don't want to be the person who figures out this is where the sharks are now feeding.
This is like something he says to all of his friends too. John's whole we're not going into the ocean today explanation is like one of my favorite things. And all the reasons why the ocean is definitely not happening.
It's definitely trying to eat you. And if you don't believe me, go watch the SciShow thing on the 4 craziest parasites, and there are all these creatures that live in the ocean, and wow, they're creepy.
I think it's that, what's that worm? I'm putting in some lines here. So here's what I'm going to do to deal with these little ropes. I'm going to be very light about it and just do a few. I want to apply them, but I really, really don't want to paint every one because I'll be super sorry. Real fast. Really fast. So my strategy as an artist is I know that you guys will fill it in with your mind, right?
You just have to imply rigging.
A lot of rigging. I'll be like, rigging, rigging. There's a bunch of rigging. Now, yes, there'll be one boat people. There'll be a boat person who comes by and is like, that's not how rigging works.
His first thing he's going to say is, that's not a boat, it's a ship. A ship has a boat on it.
See?
But after that, they're going to tell you that the masts are wrong and the rigging's wrong and that is backwards and the keel is...
Is it? Wait, are you saying all those things for real or are you just being funny?
No, I don't know. I mean, honestly,
I need to know because, I don't know.
I mean,
I'm going to put a little red.
I honestly...
I'm going to put actually the little bit of Quin that I have here sort of into my yellow ochre because I've got it out already. I love Quin Red. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do some more little highlighting. Like you do. Somebody does. Ha 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 ha. I don't know why I was excited like that. Like, nobody started nothing with me. Why did I go ha 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 ha? No. Like, nobody's doing nothing. They just came and watched the show. Why am I going ha 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 ha? There we go. Just paint some little things going down the boat. And then we need some little guys coming down this part of the boat.
Boat parts.
Boat parts.
I know some boat part names, but
Do you?
not many. Well, I know rigging and mast and keel and hull.
Well, it's good to know. So actually, it's coming together really well.
That's a pretty
really
boat.
Shocking.
It is. It's looking really. I mean, like, if I was elephant captain, I'd be happy with this boat. This ship.
We're obsessed with Elephant Captain.
I think you have to paint elephant captain.
I'm not painting Elephant Captain.
Maybe you should just.
I might do it for the patrons, but I will never do it on the internet.
Could you imply elephant captain? Maybe just a little tiny bit, like a shadow of him on the.
The way it's going, this is the only place I'm gonna be able to do fan art.
That's true.
Only safe place. I'm putting in maybe some of these little decorative bits. And then we'll put a little highlight over here. And then some of this is light right there, interestingly enough. This is really coming in. So I'm not saying it's the most perfect boat that anybody ever boated.
Yeah. You know
but
what?
I boated it and I'm happy.
If I saw this, I'd be like, oh, that's a cool looking boat. What is that?
Yeah.
And then someone would come along and say, well, that's a...
Only on YouTube. You guys might get my train painting too. Oh my goodness. So I'm just catching these highlights if you guys can see that. Hopefully I'm not getting in on John's space too much there while he's filming.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing is I'm just catching those little highlights, little bits of the boat. Maybe have some, you know, these little interesting values. And that's fun for me. This is, oh my goodness, this is a number 2 ruby set.
Oh yeah. So this is a, like, we're not even in that teaching mode, are we?
I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes, like, on the patron ones, I just get into the painting it.
So, oh, here's a question.
Yeah, there's a question!
A legitimate question, not like...
I'm not painting these little cages. That's not happening. Just so you guys know right now, no. If you decide to do that, you're on your own. What?
Okay. So, do you think if Spike wasn't fed after midnight, would he have grown up to be a legitimately good Mogwai?
Oh, absolutely. Maybe like one of the best Mogwai ever. I've thought about this a lot.
So, his mistake was actually in just the feeding after midnight.
Yeah. He would have been fun and wonderful. He'd have been playful and cute and sweet. Probably the best singer in the bunch.
See, I'm just curious, why can't they be redeemed after the feeding?
1980s plot devices?
Probably. Okay, so...
But I mean, I remember being shocked that her dad had died in the chimney at Christmas. So.
Oh, I know.
And now that's like a TV show. That's like TGIF plot lines. They've had more intense stuff on that, like on Scandal. But I remember thinking that was shocking. But of course, I used to think, "Shall we play a game?" was super like, woo! It blew my mind. Now I'm like, yes, we shall. Why is your AI sucking so much?
Okay, so is Quinacridone Red brighter than Cad Red?
Oh, it's totally different. Let me show you. You guys got a second? Let me show you.
Away she go.
I'll be right back.
Oh, just broke out.
I guess I could paint it on the back of something, couldn't I? Why am I opening and using a whole canvas? Then I have to go to the store more often. Let me show you some reds. If you did not know why we have so many reds. So here is my Quinacridone Red. Very different than all other reds, in my opinion. Here is Cad Red. And here is Quinacridone Crimson, which is basically alizarin crimson. I'll have to check that pigment code, but I'm pretty sure. And then here's our fuchsia, which is Quinacridone magenta. Because again, they name them all different things in the paint lines to aggravate us. By the way, once you paint on the back of something, actually I can't do that because you know what? It'll stick to every other painting. I have to get a whole new one. That's why I was doing that. I used to do like all these little sample paintings on the back of my canvases, but then we have to store them like kind of improperly. And then what we found is that they merged together and became one painting. Okay, you guys ready to see the reds?
Yes.
I know we've completely got off track here, but whatever. Let's look at these reds. Okay. Let's get some clean water. So we'll talk first about this fabulous, wonderful Quin Red, which you can see there. But let's get some of that tinting white into it. And then some of the titanium white. And I'll get you like a nice blend. You can kind of see how it is. Isn't that wonderful? That's Quinacridone Red. Now this is Cadmium Red. And when I get the tinting white into it, it goes like this, the zinc. And then if we get the titanium, get a sense of that. Let's look at magenta, shall we? Quinacridone magenta. That's quite different, isn't it?
It is.
Which you can really see once we start getting the whites into it. Then I'm going to show you this one here. And you can see this is much more like wine or blood. These are all very different, which is why you'll see artists have like a bunch of reds. Like I have a bunch of reds. That's why we do. That's why we have a bunch of reds in our paint box, because they're all very different. And we start feeling like we need different reds. There it is. What do you think? Did that kind of answer that? I hope.
Yeah, I think so.
And and you can kind of see in there, like, you know, if we just swatch them. It's very transparent and glazy, this color. And it's kind of why the sunset is this crazy awesomeness that it is.
Do you have any Pyrolle Red there?
I can get some. Yes, I have some here. Would you like to see some Pyrolle? I have to go to the back curtain and dig it out.
Okay.
Disappear
okay? Behind the curtain.
I have to go behind the curtain.
I might be able to look while you're...
Yeah, it's in the golden tub of reds. I should have probably a couple of them. Got a bunch from Holbein too. This is almost pretty. Kind of like this is an abstract. Isn't it kind of nice? We're painting a boat. How are you doing? It's a Monday. Monday, 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 fun Monday. Monday, fun day. You're digging, I hear you. I'm going to put out some more tinting white because I'm going to finish my sails. You got the reds there? You see Pyrolle? There you go. Pyrolle Red. Oh, I would say that's the brightest red if I were to just immediately call it. Or just the reddest red. Check that out. I would do more of these, you know, on the YouTube show, but then people will freak out. Because if you ask them to get too many paint colors, they're not happy with you. So you can kind of see them there. John can get in and zoom in so you guys can really see it.
That's what I was doing.
Oh, yeah? I really like all these reds on my palette now. It makes me want to do a red on red on red painting.
I'll come over and look at the palette in a second. And if you want to look at over there at the palette.
Yeah. Zoom it in. I'm going to smooth this canvas out so I can gesso over it.
Okay.
So when I do a test like this, but I know I want to paint over it, I'll grab my little blending brush and I'll smooth out the paint so we don't have any of those heavy body ridges. And then later what I can do is I can come over with the black gesso and do a design on top of it. So I haven't just lost the canvas.
Gotcha.
See? All the reds together. What color do they make? Something like that, I guess. Never thought about that before. Never, ever, ever. Okay. Was that informative, I hope?
I think so.
Did we like learning that? I liked learning it. That was fun for me. I'm going to continue to paint sails because then I get those in and then I've got a ship and I will be like, dude, I painted a ship. Better than expected. I guess I'm just sort of feeling that way today, you know? There we go.
Mm-hmm.
I really kind of want to put one there just for balance. Here's what, I don't care. I'm going to do it.
Okay. It's your ship.
My ship. I guess it's fine. I'm going to leave it alone. No, I'm not. I don't know what I'm doing. Sometimes things just bug me. You know what I mean?
I do.
Oh yeah, I needed that. Is that good?
Yes.
Okay. There's a ship, and we painted it. And it may be sailing somewhere.
Wow. That came together pretty fast.
I feel like it might have, yeah. I was kind of painting
Wow.
these little weird
We're only
things.
at an hour and 7 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
We got the ship in. Ship took an hour. That's not crazy.
And we talked a lot.
We did. We're sorry. Well, no, we're not, because this is what this is for. This is the chatty show.
Yeah, this is the chatty show. This is what we're here for.
Cannot wait to see your ships in the patron group. Oh my gosh. So, hopefully, you're very much enjoying this entire piece.
Now, before we go, I probably should say not everyone's going to get these texts next time because I can't just do that. I can't send out those texts like that. But
on Saturday, actually, let me go forward.
Yeah. So if
I'm
you're
gonna go face forward.
Oh, show there.
There. Okay. That was not a pretty look. Yeah. So we have an amount of text that we get, and that might have used our text.
No, we're okay. But we just can't do picture texts to everybody like that. So only our patrons will get these notifications because these are picture notifications that we send out to our patrons.
Because we have many less of those.
There's
very few. It's the smaller groups. It's just tiny.
So normally it's
tiny
not quite
little group of people.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when you're in the big party and you get like that like cookie for the grocery store. But then if it's a smaller party, you get the cookie from the good bakery. But it's true. That's what happens, isn't it? I'm not going to go get the $6 cookie. I would if I could, but I have not won the lottery. This has gotten weird, and now you know I have this weird miserly feeling about cookies.
Why are we? No, I think we'll find
I'm cookie miser.
This feels more like text message. This actually feels exactly like using long distance minutes. Like it's real easy for them to get away from you.
when
you're calling your friends.
We're learning how to work it. We're working it out.
I just
learning. Oh my goodness! I feel like I just shouted in everybody's ear. If I did, I'm sorry.
No,
before we go, because we always do a real Q&A after. Does anybody have any questions before we go? We'll take
they love
3.
This. No, everyone's saying that they love our informal show, the talk showness about this. Someone was like, where it was the Synod John talk show.
It is.
Now they put pink cookies.
Now they know about the cookies now.
Everyone's wanting cookies now.
I don't blame you. And if you come to my small party, they're a really good cookie because I go to there's a really good bakery and there's an amazing artist there, and the cookies are like, it's very proud of the cookies, but when you see them, you're like, yeah, it's worth it. And they're not just pretty, they're tasty.
We get lots of
thanks.
That's
the thing, right?
Lots of thanks for the mistake we made today. So that was awesome. You guys are welcome.
It's us. It's nothing else. It's us. And you guys learned a little bit about how much I struggle to paint ships, and hopefully maybe learned a little bit about how you paint that ship yourself.
Mm-hmm. So, and we're a little
questions.
More
I offered 3. Before we go. Patrons help John.
What's that?
No. Moderators help John.
Oh, yeah. Questions. No, it's actually what it is that folks are just out here kind of cutting up and chatting, and so
okay, fair enough. You don't need to know anything. I've answered everything on my YouTube channel, and therefore everyone is whole and balanced and zen, and I'm okay with that.
No,
am I? No,
I don't think so.
I am. I think I'm okay with that. Well,
see, and also you have to remember that we're on about a 30 to 45 second delay.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's not quite as instant as we remember it to be.
So John had me put on the headphones the other day to hear my sound because I'm doing these hand recordings, and because I'm doing projects that you have to do flat, like you have to do them flat, and I don't know how he does it because there's like, what is it, a half second?
Oh, well, it depends. Right now I'm at a 5 millisecond delay, but it goes up to about a 10, down to about a 3. So.
Oh, yeah, it's a special thing. And so you start to talk slowly because it's delayed, and then you find you're like dubbed or synced yourself, and I don't know how he does it. I really don't.
So no, you automatically try to slow yourself down to keep up with the delay. It doesn't work.
It's hard.
No, there is a lot of questions of when we're going to be traveling the country to see everybody, and that's no, we're probably not going to be doing a whole lot of traveling other than hot springs in the near future, are we?
So here's what the situation is. We love pinners. It's very cool.
Yep.
The thing with pinners is they have a minimum amount of product that you have to buy. So you have to buy for like every class, the total maximum number of people that could potentially show up.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have the kits there. And so that's like for us, it's about 400 kits. So that's a lot. And then, travel expenses and sitting and getting out there. So if we get like a company, like, we're going to talk to Michaels, we'll talk to Jekyll, we'll talk to some people to go. If they'd like a teacher to come out and they'd like to bring me and give me art supplies and let you guys show up and take a class, I will totally be there.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just not feasible. But we are going to be doing, the lab certification is kind of like very specific. Like if you have a business and you want to have a business.
But we're going to be doing the SpaCon.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just going to be at SpaCon. If you're in Arkansas and you go to Hot Springs for SpaCon, I will be there on Sunday.
So here's some stuff.
Don't drive 5 hours.
Okay, here's the deal.
Don't do that.
Can I tell you this? On the 18th, we have some secret good announcement news about SpaCon that we can't really talk about yet. That Cinnamon's going, what are you talking about? Because the truth is,
you must not have told me yet.
No, I haven't. I learned about it today. And what I would say is that we can't talk about it yet because it's all going to be released on, there's a big press release thing happening. So we're coordinating with a bunch of other people. And, okay, so the other questions that I didn't get here was where this will be available on your patron dashboard after the show.
Yeah. And if you're not finding your patron dashboards, yes, do write the support tickets. We do open them. I think the number one thing that happens is people think that they wrote support and it's not support because it shows us everything. But we do see, like, when we had the tech guys go in, there's a lot of misspelled emails and stuff. So support at theartsherpa.com. And if you're like me and you're a nervous person and you want a redundant place to ask, there's the task moderator page. And you can put in questions there. And we check both of those every day if you're having any trouble. But it's in your dash. You have to log in. And then when you go to your profile, there's a dashboard and there's tabs. Your coloring pages and your extra projects.
Mm-hmm.
And your early ATC stuff is there. Any of the weird extra stuff that we've got going on is there. And then everything else, I try to drop in group. Like all the paintings I'm doing all the time, I try to keep that in group.
So
plus we have those weird group projects that we're always doing. Because periodically, remember, okay, so like if you're here and you're in the patronage and you're like, haven't gotten in the Facebook group, get in the Facebook group. Because periodically I just go live in there and do a demo. And then normally on Mondays, we have this like weird chat thing. So I'm either demoing or talking about some art material in my studio that I like or dislike.
What are the reds you used? Can you go over those?
Well, like officially this.
Just the reds that you pulled out at the end.
Okay, so basically it's a Alizarin Crimson, a Quinacridone Red, a Cad Red Medium, a Quinacridone Magenta, and a Pyrolle Red.
Okay.
Pyrolle being the brightest of the reds. And it's not particularly orange like the Cad is, but it is as luminous as Cadmium. Also just as pricey.
You can always rewind and catch that. But, okay, last question.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure you don't run off. They would like to know more about your book. What's your plan, Stan?
What's my plan, Stan? So a bit back, a publisher really wanted us to do a book. And we pitched an idea and started working on it. And then we realized that the publishing industry may not be a perfect fit for us right now, or maybe it was just that particular circumstance.
Yeah, it's hard to know.
And we were kind of like, I think it would be better if we just did it ourselves. And we have a bunch of friends that are writers who were very insistent, like, it's better if you just do it yourself. So we got to thinking about it, and I started working on it. And then here's what happened, to be quite honest. So, like, you ever notice I can't do one painting? There's like 20 paintings to get to like one painting. So then I started expanding that. And then I was like, oh my goodness, we have to do one for Acrylic April. And oh my goodness, we have to do one for Big Art Quest. So now it's several projects, one of which I'm trying to focus on and get resolved before the end of the year.
You know, technically speaking, I wrote and published a book before you did.
That's right, because we did. We did a book for labs. So
we did.
It is a real book. It's an actual book.
It's all the way out to labs. So, and it's going to be in print here pretty quick. It's going to be in print really.
Yeah, that's going to be in print really quick. But the painting books will start coming out really soon.
Yeah, those are coming next.
What I'll say is I definitely have one that I think goes with Acrylic April this upcoming year. I think is going to be huge.
Yes.
We have we're definitely going to have boxes, and those are going to drop well before April. And thanks to Colleen and Teresa, we're going to probably be on Amazon Prime.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah,
that's right.
So those probably will just get put there and then go out if we don't have a partner.
As soon as possible.
And then I think that in that will come with a book and a workbook so that it's a very complete, compact program. So if you wanted to do the 30 days and you wanted to do the lessons with me, that would be there. I think that's kind of exciting.
Yeah.
So like all that little extra kind of like prep work and stuff like that would be all in the workbook. And then the book about what we're doing would also go with that. So I think that that's going to be really cool. And then the Big Art Quest is rebooting, I think, as a novel.
Yep.
Not a novel. I don't write novels, and it's a how-to. I'm not a writer. I just do some how-to stuff, and then other people who spell better and have better grammar fix my words. Because I punctuate emotionally.
You capitalize and punctuate emotionally for sure. That's how we know when people are stealing her copy. It's because her mistakes show up. It's like, I know you wrote that because that's your...
seriously, like, if you have particular spyware on YouTube, you can see other people's tags and certain parts of their channel that are secret. And so other YouTubers will come and take all that stuff. They'll just grab it and just put it on their channel.
So you can always tell.
I feel a little violated by it. I'm gonna be real honest. I know it's normal practice, but it like now I'm like, if it's good for you, it's good for me.
Yeah.
But then I used to, I misspelled some of my stuff. Some of my tags.
So a bunch of our misspelled tags showed up in a bunch of other people's
And I have the same spyware, so I can see it.
Yeah. So it's just funny.
But then you're like, well...
It's funny.
John helps me see that it's funny.
Well,
John helps
what do you say?
Find the funny in the moment.
You gotta. I like how the English say it. You gotta stay in your own lane.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because if you start, it doesn't matter how fast anyone else going or slow they're going. If you look in the other lane, you're gonna crash.
Yeah. So John keeps me in my own lane, but every once in a while, when I find my bad spelling elsewhere,
Yeah, that does. It's irritating. For sure.
But I guess YouTube's smart enough to figure out what the misspelled. I mean, like that might actually be maybe the way I misspell things is the way a lot of other people misspell things. So it maybe works out in my benefit.
Yeah, you have a weird. Okay, so emotional capitalizer.
I'm sorry, kids were singing that today. It's first day of school for us.
All right.
So that's in my head now, and now it's in yours. That's my gift to you. Tomorrow, let's try, if John and I are not completely exhausted from second day of school, we'll come back and finish the sucker up tomorrow.
That sounds good.
I think. Yeah. Thank you all for coming.
Bye.
Be good to yourself. Be good to each other, and I want to see you in an easel really soon. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.